Welcome back, everyone, to Future Forward, the podcast where we unpack the tech trends shaping our lives. Harry, I've got to ask you, have you seen the headlines lately? Every other week, it feels like there's a new article screaming about AI replacing jobs, and lately, it's not just blue-collar work. We're talking middle management.
Oh, absolutely, Rose. It's everywhere. And honestly, it's a bit of a spicy topic, isn't it? Because middle managers, they're the glue in so many organizations. The idea of an AI just slipping in and taking over that role, it sounds a little sci-fi, but also, for some, a little terrifying. Is it myth or momentum? That's the big question.
Exactly. I mean, on one hand, you hear about these incredible AI copilots that can automate so many tasks that managers spend hours on. Things like scheduling, drafting performance reviews, analyzing team metrics, even flagging potential project bottlenecks. It sounds like a dream for efficiency, right?
It does. Think about the sheer volume of administrative tasks. If you're a manager, you're juggling meetings, emails, reports, approvals, team check-ins, budget tracking. The list goes on. If an AI can genuinely take a significant chunk of that off your plate, that's not just a time saver, it's a game changer for productivity. And for the company, potentially a massive cost saving.
Right. I remember reading about a company, I think it was an insurance firm, that implemented an AI system to handle initial claims processing. It didn't replace the human adjusters, but it automated so much of the data entry and preliminary assessment that those adjusters could focus on the really complex cases and customer interaction. You could see that translating to management.
For sure. Imagine an AI that can sift through all your team's project updates, identify patterns, spot if someone's falling behind, and even suggest a personalized resource or training module for them. A manager might spend half a day doing that. An AI could do it in minutes, across an entire department.
That's momentum territory right there. The argument for AI as a replacement for these specific, often tedious aspects of the job. But here's where I start to lean towards myth when we talk about full replacement. What about the human element, Harry?
Ah, the irreplaceable human element. This is where it gets interesting. Because while an AI can analyze data and flag issues, can it genuinely motivate a struggling team member? Can it navigate office politics with empathy? Can it inspire innovation during a brainstorming session or mediate a complex personal conflict between two employees?
Exactly. Think about a manager's role in mentorship, guiding someone through a career path, understanding their aspirations, helping them overcome personal roadblocks that impact their work. That requires emotional intelligence, nuance, and a depth of understanding that AI simply doesn't possess, at least not yet. It's not just about tasks, it's about people.
Or even something as fundamental as strategic thinking. A manager often has to interpret ambiguous signals, foresee market changes, or adapt to unforeseen crises. An AI can process information, but can it strategize in a truly novel way, accounting for human irrationality and unpredictable external factors? I'm not so sure.
And decision-making, especially when there's no clear right answer. A manager often has to weigh conflicting priorities, ethical considerations, and long-term implications that go beyond what a data-driven algorithm can compute. Sometimes it's about gut feeling, about experience, about reading the room in a way an AI can't.
You know, this reminds me of a conversation I had with a CEO last month. He was saying that the best middle managers are like translators. They translate the high-level vision of leadership into actionable steps for the teams, and then they translate the ground-level feedback and challenges back up to leadership. It's a two-way street of complex communication and interpretation that requires understanding context, intent, and unspoken cues.
That's such a great analogy, Harry. Because it's not just about relaying information, it's about shaping it, adding context, and building consensus. An AI can summarize, but can it inspire?
Precisely. And let's not forget the crucial role managers play in company culture. They're often the ones who embody the values, create a positive team environment, and foster collaboration. Can an algorithm really foster a sense of belonging or camaraderie? I'd argue not.
So, if it's not about outright replacement, what does this mean for middle management? Is it more about evolution? I imagine the roles will change dramatically, becoming more focused on those uniquely human skills.
Absolutely. I think the smart organizations are already looking at AI copilots as augmenting middle managers, not replacing them. Imagine a world where your manager spends less time chasing reports and more time coaching you, developing your skills, or strategizing new initiatives. That's a win-win.
That's a much more optimistic picture. The AI takes care of the mundane, repetitive tasks, freeing up the human manager to focus on the high-value, high-impact activities that truly require human judgment, empathy, and creativity. So instead of being a boss, they become more of a leader coach.
Exactly. They can spend more time on things like talent development, fostering a positive work environment, driving innovation, and focusing on the bigger picture strategy. The drudgery is offloaded, and the human potential is unleashed. That's the ideal scenario anyway.
I can see that, especially in industries that are data-heavy. Take marketing, for instance. An AI copilot could analyze campaign performance, identify target audiences, even draft initial copy. But you still need a human marketing manager to set the brand vision, understand cultural nuances, and approve the creative direction.
Or even in software development. An AI can help with code generation, bug detection, and project management. But you need a human engineering manager to lead the team, foster collaboration, resolve technical disputes, and make crucial architectural decisions that require a deep understanding of the product and its users, not just the code itself.
It feels like the emphasis shifts from doing to leading and thinking. The operational burden decreases, and the strategic and interpersonal burden increases, which honestly might make the job more rewarding for those who enjoy that kind of work.
Totally agree. And it also means that middle managers themselves need to adapt. The skills that were once prized for efficiency and task management might become less relevant, while skills like emotional intelligence, complex problem solving, change management, and strategic foresight become paramount.
So, continuous learning and upskilling are going to be even more critical. Managers need to understand how to use these AI tools effectively, how to interpret their outputs, and how to integrate them into their team's workflow without losing the human touch.
Exactly. They'll need to become proficient at prompting AI, understanding its limitations, and critically evaluating its suggestions. They'll be more like orchestra conductors, using the AI as an incredibly powerful instrument, but still needing to guide the entire performance.
That's a beautiful metaphor, Harry. It's not about the instrument replacing the conductor, it's about the conductor having a more sophisticated instrument to create something even more complex and beautiful. So it's not a myth that AI will impact middle management, but the idea of replacement is largely a myth. It's more about momentum towards transformation.
I think that's the sweet spot. It's the evolution of the role, a redefinition of what management means in an AI-powered world. Less about oversight, more about enablement. Less about reporting, more about mentoring. It's an exciting prospect, actually, if approached with the right mindset.
It really is, and it makes me wonder if this shift will also democratize leadership somewhat. If the administrative burden is reduced, could more people step into leadership roles that were previously too time-consuming?
That's a fascinating thought, Rose. If AI handles the tedious parts, maybe leadership becomes more accessible to individuals who excel in those human skills but might have shied away from the traditional administrative load. It could foster a more diverse and adaptable leadership pipeline.
Think about the generational aspect too. Younger generations entering the workforce are digital natives. They expect these tools. So integrating AI into management roles might just be a natural progression for them, making the transition smoother.
Totally. They've grown up with AI assisting them in various aspects of their lives, so seeing it as a co-pilot in their professional roles would feel intuitive. It's not a threat. It's just another tool in the toolbox, albeit a super powerful one.
So to sum it up, the outright replacement of middle management by AI co-pilots, that's definitely a myth, for now. But the momentum towards a significant transformation and evolution of those roles, with AI taking on a powerful supportive function, that's very real and already happening.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's less about human versus machine and more about human with machine. Leveraging AI to amplify human capabilities, allowing managers to focus on what they do best, leading people and driving strategic outcomes. It's an exciting time to be in management, or aspiring to be.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Harry. And it means businesses need to invest not just in the AI, but in the training and development of their human managers to thrive in this new landscape. Thank you so much for joining me today, Harry, and for sharing your insights.
Always a pleasure, Rose. Great discussion. And to all our listeners, let us know what you think. Are you a manager using AI copilots, or are you seeing these shifts in your organization? We'd love to hear your perspective.
Absolutely. You can find us on social media or send us an email. Until next time, keep thinking future forward.